Okay, I'm about to get into a feminist rant. So I really like this man's channel. I mean, he's one of the few men I feel really get what has been transpiring for decades and centuries concerning women and women's rights and well-being. Just a minute. Oh, shoot. Damn it. I just got my stitches out today. My lips are dry. Sorry. I had to put some chapstick on my lips. So I want to play what he is playing. So initially, there's a song. I want to play the lyrics to the song. I'm hoping I can get a pass for this. So this is a 19-year-old girl. I think she started her music career probably at like 17 or 18. But she's really coming up in the ranks, and I mean fast and hard. She has some very eye-opening lyrics for women. Let me play those first, and I want to get back to what she has in this music. So this is, damn, I hate when they do commercials. YouTube just can't make enough money, can they? Okay. It's called The Doll People. The doll people are not men. They are made of ice and glass. Our skin is clay. So when she says it's not made of men, the doll people she's referring to is women and young women and little girls. That's who she's referring to as the doll people. So it's a sarcasm in the way that this world structure is working and running. As much as people say women have come a long way with human rights, civil rights, and all those different things, the truth of the matter is we haven't come far enough, because we right now are trying to roll back rights for women as quick as possible. We have a very dysfunctional patriarchy that's running this country right now, and the women that are allowing it, that are in politics right now, don't think that they're not coming for you. So what this dysfunctional patriarchy has started was racism. We're rolling back human rights when it comes to racial equality. We've rolled back human rights when it comes to your gender or sexual orientation, being gay, lesbian, trans. We're rolling all those rights for people back. This is a dysfunctional patriarchy, a white patriarchy that only really cares about if you're a white male who has a lot of money. And that's basically what the system is built on. And it's what when Trump ran on Make America Great, those are the ideologies that he wanted to be great. For white men to be wealthy, to be able to use and abuse young women, little girls, women, and so on and so forth. So let's play this. I want you to hear the lyrics. Painted blue, our head can detach. We are statues with a pulse. We are art you can feel. The doll people are quiet. What is there to say? Art does not interpret itself. There are men with a day to save. We are paintings with legs. We are art you can feel. So they're basically, what she is expounding upon is the fact that they want to take the voice of women away. They want to take the protection of women away. And they want to use women, and I've said this before, they want women to only be a possession. And this young woman has it 1,000%. She has hit the nail on the head with these lyrics, because this is exactly what this dysfunctional patriarchy wants. It wants women to not have a voice, not have control over their own bodies, and to be the possession for these men. So she's calling it like it is. She's calling them doll people. She's calling women doll people, because if women don't wake up, that's exactly what you are going to be to this dysfunctional patriarchy. You're going to be a doll. In their eyes, you don't matter. You aren't human. You don't have rights. I hope I want to come back to that. Let's play this. So this woman is talking about, and I love his channel because he does focus on a lot of great things concerning women's issues. But let's play this.
Responsibilities. But NBC recently published an analysis that says men's daily household contributions hits an all-time high. What this effectively does is reframe the comparison from between men and women's unpaid labor and how much unpaid labor is costing women, and instead shifts this conversation so that we're comparing men's household labor today to men's household labor from several decades ago. It's a moving of the goalpost that enables a rampant, gross, and costly gender inequality, one that is already chronically underestimated, and reframes it as progress. And recognizing progress would be a good thing if we didn't already have these gross misperception biases. Biases where men believe they are contributing far more than they actually are. This is part of an extremely common pattern where gender inequalities across many metrics, from household labor to career opportunity to political representation, are vastly underestimated. And those misperception biases contribute to reinforcing and potentially even worsening the gender inequalities they already underestimate. In fact, the story of how far we've come actually just becomes another tool for gaslighting women and conditioning them to be grateful for what is in fact a completely unsustainable and unacceptable form of inequality.
This is exactly why I don't I don't recognize that men are like better than we used to be. I don't, not to say I don't recognize it, but it's not a pat on the back.
But
right?
Are they though?
It's not a pat on the back at all.
I wasted hundreds on curly hair hacks when this is what really worked. Thought I had wavy hair that was just dry and damaged for...
Not to say I don't recognize it, but it's not a pat on the back, right? It's not a pat on the back at all. And I've made this quote a million times, but it's because it's almost always applicable in these scenarios. Malcolm X said, I saw it in the movie, I should say. I'm pretty sure he said it, but Malcolm X said that if you plunge a knife in my back 12 inches and pull it out 6, that's not progress. If you pull it out 8 inches, that's not progress. If you pull it all the way out, that's not progress. It's not progress. It's not considered progress until the wound heals. We still, as men, as a collective, we still have the knife plunged into women's backs.
Exactly.
We still have the boot on their neck. Are we putting all of our weight on the boot? Not so much.
It depends
Not
on the
all
man.
of our weight, but 90% of, you know what I'm saying?
It depends on the man. It depends on his thought process, and it depends on how dysfunctional his mental state is as to how much he's got that boot on that woman's neck. I just watched a video today from another YouTuber, and she highlighted what the manosphere has done. So these men, these passport bros, have gone to Kenya, I think it was, in Africa, and this man he's videotaping. I assume as a prostitute. I don't know, because the way he speaks to her is like they had something going on between them, not just they just met. And because she didn't want to have sex with him, he was highly volatile towards her, told her to get the fuck up, called her every prostitute, every whore, every whatever, said he paid her, and she said he didn't pay her, and he didn't give her money, and he kicks her out, or wants to kick her out of the hotel room, and is pushing her. He's being highly aggressive, and he's videotaping it. He literally is videotaping her butt-ass naked. And that's a form of abuse in itself. The fact that he videotaped her butt naked, I don't care if she's a prostitute or not. I don't give a fuck if she's a prostitute or not. You are violating her by videotaping her naked so that you can look like you're some badass manosphere passport bro. And these men wonder why these different countries are kicking these motherfuckers out and or murdering them there, right on the spot in these different countries. The abuse is abominable. And the way he spoke to that woman was abominable. And pushing her. And I'm going to tell you, if he wasn't filming, I can tell he would have been fucking socking her in the mouth. Okay? I want to play these lyrics. I want people to understand what women are going through. And the feminist movement has only made a few strides for women's equality. However, this administration has knocked women's strides back tenfold. Says every rapist. She said in the lyrics that a woman that doesn't want it is much hotter than one that does. We have an administration where the president is a literal convicted rapist. And they're trying to roll back consent for marrying young girls under the age of 14. Young girls under the age of 14, 15 can't consent. I watched a video just recently where a man raped his own 11-year-old daughter. Got her pregnant. They pulled her out of school. His wife was pregnant. They had 6 kids already. She was one of them. And then she was pregnant with the 7th child. And he raped his own 11-year-old child. And the mother allowed it. So there's that form of fucking dysfunction. And then the grandmother lived across the street. And she knew her granddaughter that it was 11 was pregnant. And tried to lie and say that it wasn't her daughter's husband who raped her. That he didn't rape his own daughter. However, the blood test was 99.99999% his child. She almost died in childbirth. The parents finally called an ambulance or whatever, or took her to the hospital. She was dying in childbirth. This little 11-year-old girl, which I've said over and over and over again. These little girls' bodies aren't prepared to birth children. It doesn't matter that they have a fucking menstrual cycle. They're too young to birth children. And this man committed incest. And like I said, it was a white man. Not saying that only white men do incestual things upon their children, but in this particular case, it was a white family, or what you would call a white family. Let's play. So she's not making a distinction whether you're a wife, a whore, a mistress, a maid, or mother. You're a woman. All those things she's incorporating as being a woman, period. I really hope, for the sake of women in America, that these congressional women's seats wake the fuck up. Not just Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is trying, I think, to stand by the victims of the Epstein files. But I hope a lot more of those women who claim they are women and want the title of being a woman and don't want a male who transforms or is a trans male to female and given the title women. Well, bitch, if you're a woman in Congress, then stand the fuck up for women. If you want to call yourself a woman, then do what the fuck you need to do and stand up for women. These women have been violated as young girls, as young as 13 and 14, and I've even seen pictures in the Epstein on the Epstein Island of girls that look like they're 12 fucking years old. So if you really, really, really want to claim the fucking title of being a woman, then bitch in Congress, then stand up. Stand up for women.